Hi everyone, I'm Mariana, and this video is about camping at the Grand Canyon. If you haven't been to the Grand Canyon yet, you should definitely put it on your bucket list and then cross it off right away and make your arrangements to come here. Chances are you're at least a few hours away, so you can't really make it in one day. I drove 10 hours, so obviously I had to spend the night, and it was a wonderful experience. So in this video, I will talk to you about the 3 different options in detail and mention a few others, because you have quite a few. In my opinion, it is best if you check out some official websites, but then you also want to see what actual people have to say about their camping experiences. So hopefully, after you watch this video, you will have a better understanding of what you can expect and how it's going to go. Besides talking about the various camping options you have at the south rim of the Grand Canyon, later on in this video, I will also give you a quick overview of the actual national park of the Grand Canyon. But first of all, what is the difference between the south rim and the north rim? The south rim is more popular because it is open year-round. Some of the campgrounds might not be open during the whole year, but you will have some camping options, and the national park is open the entire year. The North Rim is about 1,500 feet higher in elevation, so it's much colder. Therefore, it only opens on May 16th this year in 2018. So, if you have an RV, there is an RV parking camping site. I'm not going to talk about that since I don't have an RV. You can also camp on Indian land, and I will put up a screenshot of a website right here with a link. You could check that one out. But if you come here to the South Rim, you have basically 2 developed campsites, and you can also camp at the national forest. So that's your basic camping arrangement. It's called Kaibab National Forest, and you are allowed to camp there. That would probably be your closest to the Grand Canyon National Park, and that would look something like this. This is the native vegetation that you're gonna find here. So you basically need to bring your own setup. You won't have bathrooms. You have to deal with that. You just bring your own tables, own chair, or tent. What I like about it is that you're closer to the actual national park, and you can choose wherever you want to camp. So you can actually choose the location. For example, this one is a little too slopey right here, but then you come over here. This is a little bit more level, but then you have too many trees in the way, so you have more freedom. So that's option 1. That should be your backup plan if you're trying to go to a campsite. So option 2 is a campground called Mather Campground, and I'm going to put up some pictures here and a link to their website. Basically, this one, I believe it's $18 a night, which is really not expensive. What you get is a bench, fire grill per campsite, and you have bathrooms there with flush toilets and running water. Only thing I didn't like about them is that they fill up way in advance. This is April, and I try to make reservations 2 weeks ahead of time. I even tried it in March, and I couldn't get in. So I would suggest if you want to go there, you make reservations 2 months ahead. If you want to go there in the summer, then I would suggest 4, 5, 6 months. It is closer to the National Grand Canyon National Park, so that's the big selling point there, I think. But I went there and took these pictures, and I wasn't really impressed. To me, it's just a regular campsite. It's really not that pretty. To me, it's like a forest type setting. Where I ended up at, I think it's a lot prettier. So that's your first option. Your next option is the campground called Desert View Campgrounds, and this is about 25-30 minutes from the Grand Canyon, but it's okay. Basically, what you have here is you have 50 campsites and no reservations. First come, first serve. That's the only problem with that. So what I did, and I would suggest for you to do this, is come here first thing in the morning. Try to plan it where you get here, 7, 8 a.m., and try to get a campsite. There were 2 available, and this was on a Saturday. Earth Day was celebrated here, so we could get into the national park for free. It would be $30 otherwise, and night was free, so it's a lot more people here. But we found 2 campsites, so we took one. Now, if that doesn't work out like that, then don't stress. You need to hang out until noon because that's when checkout time is. So at noon, you're going to see a lot of people pack up and leave, or even before then. And then all you have to do is park your truck right there and go pay for it. It is only $12, and you get the same amenities as you get at the other place. You have benches, fire grill, and there are bathrooms here with running water in the sink and flush toilets. What I like is the scenery is so much prettier. Your neighbors are kind of close to you, but I don't think it's too close. They're not invading your privacy. But then you could walk way back from your campsite and you have all this privacy. You could actually set up your tent back here if you want, nobody's gonna stop you. This is all yours. So I would actually choose this over the other one. The only thing is you have the uncertainty of not knowing what you get, but that's why you want to have your backup plan camping at the national forest. So here is another view of our campsite. It was beautiful and very peaceful. A couple of tips. You cannot pick up any wood from the ground. You're not supposed to disturb nature. So you can either bring it with you, which is what we did, or you could buy it there. There is also a gas station next to the campground. They have a little store where you could buy some things that you forgot. And also you can fill up your gas tank on your way home. You will probably get a kick out of this, but you will see a lot of free roaming elk and deer alongside the road. We probably saw 10-15 of them in the 2 days that we were there. And this guy was just munching on his lunch as a group of us, maybe 15 or 20 of us, were just standing there taking pictures and videos, not even 20 yards away. It was great. But make sure you do not approach any wildlife because they might feel threatened and then they might charge at you. You're also not supposed to feed them because then they become dependent on humans, so you don't want that. And these guys were just pulled over and they were right there. This one just walked across our car and they just didn't mind us humans. And this group of, or family of 4, I saw on my way to the sunrise. I was driving out about 5:30 a.m. and they were just right there having breakfast, or I should say it's probably their dinner because they're going to go to sleep after the morning comes. What can you do at the Grand Canyon National Park? There are many activities and I won't mention all of them, but you have quite a few things you can do. So let's start with the obvious one, hikes and walks. You can take many different hiking routes and they vary in intensity. The easiest one is basically walking on a paved road along the rim. You can see all the gorgeous views and you stop whenever you want. You could hop on a shuttle bus to take you to your destination. And then there are those hikes that are a little bit harder and most of them are day hikes, but there are some overnight hikes. Now you need to keep in mind that hiking at the Grand Canyon is very different from hiking in a mountain, because here the easy part comes first. You go down, which is easy, but you still get tired, and then you have to come back up, and by the time you're super tired. So during the summer months, about 600 people get rescued. In addition to that, 160 people get rescued by helicopters, so you cannot underestimate the Grand Canyon. So make sure that you are ready for a hike. And besides that, you have many different tours. You could take your bicycle, you could rent bicycles, you could take a commercial bus, you could drive your own car, you can hop on a mule, and I believe it's a 3-hour ride, so that sounds a little bit adventurous. You have many educational activities. There are museums. There's a bookstore. You should actually check out the visitor center. They have a lot of things there. And you can take guided tours by the rangers. These are very short tours, but they talk to you about the nature, the science, history, and the culture of the Grand Canyon, and these are free. The last thing I want to talk to you about is your pets. You can take your dogs inside the national park. They just have to be leashed. And at the campgrounds, you could take your pets, but they have to be leashed and you cannot leave them unattended. So this trip, I didn't take my dog because I wasn't sure if he could go inside the national park. But next time I go, I'm definitely taking him with me. So I just wanted you to know that this is also an option. So hopefully you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, and you will make that trip to the Grand Canyon sometime very soon. And if you do, go ahead and leave me a comment and let me know how it went. Also, if you have any questions, leave a comment and I will do my best to answer it. And if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. That will let me know that you actually found it useful and you would like more videos like this in the near future. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. That way you will stay updated for any upcoming videos.